Alright guys, so with the current arena season ending very soon and with the new one that is going to be taking place right afterwards, I thought it would be a right time for me to update you guys on the PvP tier list for July 2023 after the release of Shining Glitter Cookie as well as Rockstar Cookie, so that you guys know exactly who to use, who are the meta right now, so that you guys are able to climb right away. But just keep in mind guys, this is going to be based on my experience as well as my opinion within the pure vanilla server, and the meta might slightly be a little bit different, alright, depending on which server you guys are on. But let's get started right away without wasting any more time, and we are going to be starting with the D tier list here guys. And the D tier is going to be the cookies that I do not recommend you guys to really invest in right now, especially for the arena, and that is going to include someone like Sonic, Tail, Fig, as well as pastry. We got chili pepper, we got dark choco, lilac, mango, kumio, raspberry, sparkling, snow sugar, tiger lily, as well as black raisin. Alright, so especially with these cookies, they're just not going to perform well. They're really outdated, and it's probably not going to be worth spending your resources on if you guys are not going to be able to use them for anything else. Right now, even in the world exploration, none of these cookies are going to be very good, so stay away from them. The one that we are still looking forward to is going to be Mango. Alright, Mango might get a magic candy, and maybe Mango actually might come into the meta once the magic candy is released. But next one is going to be the C tier. C tier is very average. They're usable, but still wouldn't recommend too much of you guys to actually use. And that is going to be Strawberry Crave as well as Cocoa. We got Moon Rabbit, Cherry Blossom, Poison Mushroom, Affogato, Almond Now, as well as Pumpkin Pie, Mint Choco, and Twizzly. I know some of you guys might say, HyRool, how about Pumpkin Pie? Can't Pumpkin Pie be used to counter someone like, T-Night, or someone like, Sherbet, or someone like, just the extra healing? Yes, but Pumpkin Pie is just not that great, alright? Generally, inside of the arena, someone like Moonlight, Stardust, and everybody else would just absolutely nuke her, and she would just not survive as well as you guys would expect it. Alright, so yes, she's usable. Again, just like what I said for the C tier, she's usable, but she's just not really recommended too much. Alright, next one is going to be B tier, and B tier is going to be Royal Margarine here. We got our milk cookie with the magic candy, caramel arrow, crunchy chip, sorbet, licorice with the magic candy, cream unicorn, pomegranate, cotton, candy diver, as well as macaron. Alright, so I have brought down margarine to B tier because margarine is really not being used inside of the arena anymore. There was that time when we were trying to use margarine for the one-shot comp, but after that, margarine is not being really used at all. Very weak in damage in my opinion as well. Just really aim for that guild boss battle and boss fight if anything. Alright, and then we got all these cookies that are still viable, still decent healers as well as supports. Candy Diver RNG factor, but still as a safeguard, Candy Diver is able to provide decent amount of buffs and healing. Macaron too, as well as Cotton, Pomegranate, Cream Unicorn, healers and supports, decent damage dealers and tanks right now. So yeah, that's gonna be what B tier is. Decent, provide stuff, but they're just not that great as of right now inside of the arena. And then now moving on to the A tier, these cookies are cookies that are pretty good to be used inside of the arena, but they're still gonna lack that punch in my opinion to actually go into the meta or come into the top tiers of this tier list. And that's gonna include someone like Tartatan as well as Queen of Man. Now we got Red Velvet, we got Dark Cacao, Latte with the magic candy, Rye with the magic candy, we got Colada Cream, Oyster, Financier, Sea Fairy, Profit, Carol, as well as Parfait. So you guys can see that Queen of Man has been dropped to the A tier in my opinion because the attack speed comp has actually dropped a lot from the actual tier list. Alright, so not a lot of people are using the attack speed comp anymore. I'm sure inside of the other servers as well as the lower ranks, maybe attack speed comps are still being used. However, within the top arena, especially if you guys get to around Master 2, Master 1, Grandmaster and above, attack speed comps are nowhere to be seen. Maybe, Madeline is still being kind of used as a secondary tank, but besides that, attack speed comp itself is not being used. So I am going to put Queen of Man at A tier so that you guys know that the trend is definitely changing and the arena is expanding now again. All right, and then the rest of the cookies, they can be good, but again, they do lack that punch and the uniqueness to really go into the top tiers of the tier list right now. So with the A through D tier out of the way, we're going to go back into the meta tier, which is going to be the top tier right now, which is going to be pretty much the trend, which means that these cookies are being used really frequently inside of the arena. So let's start off with the tanks, and that's going to include someone like Holleberry as well as T-Knight with the magic candy. We got Pataya as well as Capsaicin, and then the damage dealers include Moonlight, Stardust, and Sherbet, and the healers and the supports include Rockstar, Snapdragon as well. Alright, so these guys are going to be your meta here. I almost put Space Donut, but Space Donut is not a healer. Alright guys, but here we go. Holleberry still a #1 tank inside of the arena, decreasing the amount of damage your cookies are actually going to take. T-Knight absolutely blew up the arena right now with the new magic candy, and is just absolutely providing the nuke damage as well as the the clutch, as well as just this general support buffs that are able to be given out, like attack and crit. Pataya, amazing damage dealer still as a charged cookie. The first dragon, absolutely insane right now. Capsaicin working really well alongside Pataya as well. And another amazing secondary tank with Holleberry. We got Moonlight Stardust still being really great. Some people are saying Moonlight is getting out of the meta. No, Moonlight is still good. Maybe once another like DPS is released, it might actually come true, but Moonlight is still going to be meta. Stardust as well as Sherbet. Sherbet is actually really good right now. You guys know that a lot of comps, like I would say good 70% of the comps are being used with Sherbet to counter someone like Pataya as well as T-Knight right now. We got Rockstar. Rockstar is absolutely amazing with the 35% crit that he's able to provide to every single one of his teammates, excluding himself. However, he also does have that curse protection, allowing the cookies to still receive buff, although they are hit with the Sign of the Stars debuff from Stardust, which is an amazing thing, as well as the Encore at the end is an absolute clutch when it comes to the healing aspect of things. Snapdragon, just the absolute best support that we have gone right now, especially being a safeguarded and kind of kicking BTS out of the meta, especially with a lot of the players nowadays having Snapdragon at hand. It's just going to be a better option to use Snapdragon. So guys, that's kind of the meta. That's really the cookies that are being used majority of the time. But of course, we cannot forget about the other cookies that are being still greatly used, and that's going to be including in the SS tier, and that includes someone like Space Donut as well as Wildberry with the magic candy. I'll put Shining Glitter in the SS tier, as well as Captain Caviar. We got Frost Queen, we got Black Pearl, we got someone like Squidding, we got BTS, Pure Vanilla, as well as Herb. Alright, so you guys might be wondering why I put Wildberry as well as Shining Glitter, maybe even Frost Queen and Pure Vanilla in the SS tier. So Wildberry, although he did get a pretty lackluster magic candy as a secondary tank along with Holleberry, especially inside of the now kind of evolving crit meta, with the magic candy giving that HP shield, with the magic candy also providing that crit resist, it allows Wildberry to actually be still pretty darn viable inside of the arena. Compared to the other tanks, I would say he is the better one out of the other ones. And yeah, that's pretty much the reason why I am putting Wildberry at the SS tier. And then we got Shining Glitter. Shining Glitter, yes, seemed pretty lackluster again, like Wildberry once she was released. But once she did receive that promotion, and I've tested her out even further, she definitely does well. She definitely does better than what I've actually initially tested out, with only her being 1-star promotion compared to someone like Stardust and Sherbet and other DPSs who are like already ascended and things like that. So she does have her uniqueness, have that crit damage reduction for your entire team, allowing your team to actually survive even further and take close to almost, like I would say, no damage, because Rockstar is able to heal and she's able to reduce the damage along with someone like Holleberry. So I recommend, if you guys do have your hands on her, it might not be a bad idea to actually invest in her. And once you guys do get more promotion, she just becomes a lot better as well. We got the classic, you know, the one-shot comp members here, Captain Caviar, Squidink, as well as Black Pearl. No further things need to be said. Frost Queen still being used with Sherbet as a Frost comp. It won't be the general Frost comp that we see, but Frost comps are still being used. BTS still a really good, you know, special cookie, but because of Snapdragon has been pushed down to the SS tier now. Pure Vanilla as well, because of the release of Rockstar. Pure Vanilla is being used a lot less right now too, with Shining Glitter 2 being able to zap and things like that. You know, Rockstar is just a way better option than Pure Vanilla right now. So we'll have to see how the arena does change later on, if Pure Vanilla will come back into the meta or not. And then Herb, because of the usage of someone like, you know, Sherbet a lot, is going to be an SS tier healer. And now ending it with the S tier, guys, it's going to be Madeline with the Magic Candy. We got Brute or Charles. We got Molotov with the Magic Candy. We got Purple Yam with the Magic Candy. Werewolf with the Magic Candy. We got Milky Way. We got Prune Juice, as well as Vampire with the Magic Candy. Espresso with the Magic Candy. Eclair, Blueberry Pie, Pinecone, as well as Cream Puff with the Magic Candy. Alright, so these cookies are still really good. If you guys do have them, you guys definitely can take advantage of them, but they're going to be more of a substitute for the meta as well as the SS. And if you guys don't have them, they're going to be your #1 picks. You know, the tanks are really decent. They're great. I mean, I would say it just comes down to who you have. They can be decent if you guys have some of these cookies. They can be great if you guys don't have any of these cookies. Prune Juice has the ability to deal with some of the T9 comps if you guys do use them properly. But, you know, it just comes down to if you can set up the team or not. Vampire 2 as well as Espresso, Eclair, they're pretty good damage dealers as well as supports. Blu-ray Pie is kind of coming back in a way, but still I would say very lackluster compared to all of these guys right over here. Pinecone, with the reduction of the attack speed comp, still a decent and good DPS slash stunner, but not going to be as good as before. And then Cream Puff, still a decent and a massive buffer and healer, but going to lack a little bit of that cooldown, and the, you know, the skill usage is a little hard to actually utilize inside of the arena. But there you guys go. That's going to be the tier list for July 2023. I hope you guys found the video helpful. I will be updating this again once the new cookies do come out. Maybe Black Lemonade will be added onto this, and I'll make a very quick adjustment and see if the meta does shift a little bit or change or even expand. We'll see if that happens. But thanks for watching, guys. Hope you found the video helpful. Let me know down in the comments below if you guys would like to change anything, if you guys disagree, if you guys do agree, you know, let me know down in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys all on the next one.